Hello, I'm Keith Powell, founder of the Digital Impact Awareness Initiative, and this is AI for Communications. This podcast is an extension of my Substack, also called AI for Communications, which you can find at aiforcomms.substack.com, and is meant to provide communications and other related professionals the tools they need to effectively and responsibly use AI in their work. Spotting AI text has become a bit of a sport in recent months. People triumphantly pointing at the dreaded M- is one high-profile example, and it speaks to a pushback on synthetically generated content. It could also be a result of a break in an unwritten contract that people have with the content they read. Basically, if communications professionals can't be bothered to write their own text, then why should we read it? It also reflects the larger concern that AI is taking over all aspects of our lives and will eventually replace us in the workforce. This is a legitimate concern, one that will not go away, and an area that governments are currently struggling to address. The concern seems to be that if we accept AI-generated content as legitimate, then we are not only depriving ourselves of the benefits of other people's creativity, we are also giving consent to our own obsolescence. Another concern is the hollow nature of a lot of AI-generated content. Much of it has a rhythm that is unmistakable and can start to grate if you're having a long conversation with it and using the text in your own work. And while it can generate credible content, it also regularly creates content that sounds like it was written by a starry-eyed motivational speaker. It doesn't speak in the language of regular people. Well, unless you configure it in your own tone, but that's a post for another day. Having said all this, false positives, when your content is flagged as AI generated when it has actually been written by a human, can arise and will absolutely affect your campaign, fairly or not. Having had my own writing flagged as AI has caused me to reflect on why this is and what I can do about it without compromising my own voice. And here's what I came up with. Generative AI tools such as ChatGPT have been programmed to follow certain linguistic rules and standards for good writing, the same ones that communications professionals use, so there will be some inevitable overlap as professionals are more likely to follow these conventions than the average person who creates content for their social media accounts, thereby causing confusion among AI detectors and creating a false positive. Next, you may be unconsciously incorporating ChatGPT style writing into your own, especially if you use it for ideation, first drafts, or text condensing. Seeing phrases and tone over and over may result in them seeping into your own work. It happened to me, and I started to correct for it as I realized that I wasn't sounding like me anymore when I was working on a recent video script. ChatGPT is also well aware of corporate speak and likes to use it. Like, for example, ChatGPT is rooted in the ways that large corporations create their communications and support it through multiple communications channels. If you write text like that, then you could be flagged as an AI, and probably rightfully so. Finally, someone on your team, definitely not you, ran their text into ChatGPT and used the prompt, "Make this better," and incorporated the parts they liked. You can avoid all this by using basic writing skills. Often, drafts on content like press releases are simply quicker to write than to put the information into ChatGPT and edit what it gives you. If you need ChatGPT for content like Twitter or X postings because you simply cannot get it under 280 characters and refuse to give Elon Musk any money, then fine. But look for patterns in the text that it generates and insert your brand voice into the machine if it takes it out. An analogy I like to give is from a project I worked on some years ago where we were trying to simplify the language on our website and implement a service-based design. The website was full of technical jargon and legalese. After editing the text to the new style, I sent it to the subject matter expert for review, and they reintroduced the language we were trying to replace. After de-lawyering it again, I sent it back only to have the process repeat. This happened until we had a conversation about why we were doing this and why it was important. Using ChatGPT is the same. It doesn't always understand your intentions or your brand voice unless you are very specific in your prompt engineering and spend time refining the AI outputs. As an end note, an AI detector rated this article as being less than 1% AI generated, and I'll take it. Have you had a false positive in your writing? How did you react? I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences, so please share them with us in the comments. And thank you for listening. If you found this podcast helpful, please give it a like or review, and also please subscribe. We are available wherever you find your podcasts. Our newsletter can be found at aiforcomms.substack.com. AI for Communications is a project of the Digital Impact Awareness Initiative and hosted by me, Keith Powell. You can find more information about the DIAI at diai.digital. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.